I really like this set from Long Vacation. And I even figured out here that this little toiletry bag, the snaps, you can just snap it to your suitcase and it just will be along for the ride. I've got a big trip coming up and I haven't bought luggage in probably close to 20 years. And so I picked up this Long Vacation 5-piece travel set. Today, I'm gonna open up all the suitcases. We're gonna go over it from top to bottom. We're gonna measure, learn how to use the lock. We're gonna do a really deep dive video. So I'm excited about it. Let's go ahead and start. This is the 28-inch suitcase, and this is one of the main reasons why I bought this particular set. I need a big, nice suitcase that I can pack. For instance, for me and my husband going on an upcoming trip, we're gonna check this big bag and then maybe do one of the littler carry-ons with us. Spin it around. It has those nice 360 spinning wheels. Just really smooth. I noticed when I wheeled it in here how smooth the wheels are. You've got these zippers on this side. Of course, all the suitcases are inside, so we'll go ahead and unzip this after we take a little bit more of a look around. I'm gonna go ahead and remove some of the plastic. One of the things I really like about Long Vacation is that they put all of their suitcases through a really rigorous quality control test. They're doing a drop loading test where they're dropping them. You're gonna get really nice quality suitcases. They're doing zipper tests as well. One of the things that I absolutely hate is having zippers that stick when I'm opening my luggage. I like how they've taken the time to put this plastic over all the handles and just make sure that they're nice and secure. The handles themselves have these nice comfort grips. But while we're here, let's go ahead and I'm gonna zoom in and we're gonna take a look at the lock. I've never been one to have a fancy enough suitcase that had a TSA lock. So honestly, this part did give me a little bit of grief. I didn't realize that you had to like put the zippers in this lock. Yeah, it was just a whole thing. So be smarter than me and realize that you need to put these here. And it says the original number is 000. So these are where your numbers are, 000. And what you need to do is you need to press down the reset button. And again, that reset button is going to be on the top here. This is not the reset button. So you're gonna press down. I just happen to have a nail, something kind of tiny. Press down until you hear a click, okay? So you heard that click. Now you can set it to anything you want. So for example, I'm going to just set it to 4, 4, 4. And then you want to push the button toward the direction of the arrow and the reset button. And you need to hear a click sound. But first, you want to put those in there. And then see that, just to show you, that is going to throw open the locks since it's set on 444. Let me try and make sure it works just by putting it on a different combination. So now it's on 233. And yeah, I'm pressing this button down and it is not unlocking. So yes, the lock does indeed work. Now that we've got our lock open, we can just take a look at some of the features here. It has this really nice kind of strap design going across. I wanted something that was going to be heavy duty that like my cats couldn't scratch up, because in the past I've had cloth and they just went to town. As you can see, it's already got the cat hair on it, but that's just our house. It has a handle that you can pull up by pressing down on this button. So I'm pressing down on the button, pulling that up. A good size handle. I'm about 5'6", and so the handle size is nice for me. I can see how somebody even taller, like my husband, wouldn't have a problem pulling this because it is a nice tall handle. So just, you can kick it like this and roll it that way. Or since it has those 360 wheels, it just has a really nice spin. Let's go ahead and we'll open it up. Of course, the other suitcases are in there, so we'll have to get them out. And before we do that, just press the button again and it goes right back in. It does have this handle, as I mentioned. Of course, it's got a bunch of suitcases in there, but very ergonomic handle. I went ahead and I put the suitcase up on the table here just so we can take a look inside. It has this lining in here and kind of a mesh pocket. So zoom in on that. Really big pocket here. Be great for things like dirty clothes. And unzip it. Get this out here. Travel Sentry. Okay. Talking about the TSA combination lock, which I'm glad that we figured out how to use that. That's a great feature. Nice quality lining in here. I like how it goes all the way up to the zipper. Very nice. I can see that my clothes would be nice and clean. Go ahead and put that back on this other side. And then it's got this clasp here. You've got a clasp over here and a clasp here. Of course, it's adjustable, so if I want to connect that, I can then tighten it or loosen it as I need. Okay. A very spacious interior of the 28-inch suitcase. I'm very pleased with this. I can definitely use some packing cubes to put in each of the areas here. So I like that it just kind of leaves room for me to do my own packing cubes and style in here. This is going to work great for a checked bag. Next up, we've got our 24-inch, and again, you've got that TSA lock. It's great that it's on all of the suitcases, not just the bigger one, so you're going to be able to set that TSA lock as well. Features the same 360 spinning wheels, and then once again, this extendable handle with the covered knobs. They're just taking a lot of care to make sure that this arrives to you. And this one has a really tall handle because it is lower to the ground, but that's going to be great to take through airports and on cruise ships. Let's go ahead and open it up. Here is the 24-inch suitcase inside. It's a lot like the other one. It has that mesh pocket. Go ahead and get this out of there. Zippers glide nice and easy there. This one they recommend for about 4 to 7 days of travel. You could fit so much into this suitcase, and definitely enough for a 7-day trip. Once again, it has this over here, the clip. Let's take a look at that. You'll be able to just clip that together, have those clothes nice and secure, or whatever else you want to put in here. Very nice. This is the 20-inch suitcase. I think this would be perfect if you have younger kids like I do, and they would have their own little suitcase to take. It holds about 5-ish days worth of things, worth of clothes. And I did want to show you this really nice long handle. I'm going to go ahead and measure that. So from the bottom of it to the top, it's a 21-inch handle. Very nice and long if you're a tall person. Even my husband, who's 6'3", wouldn't have any trouble with that at all. Opening up this 20-inch, you also see how it has that duffel and toiletry bag in there. We'll get to that in just a moment. Excited to look at those. But yeah, just so far really pleased with this set. It's a little different because you have this zipper around the edge. You can unzip that and fit even more things under it. So that is a little bit different than the first two, which I do like this particular feature. And then on this side over here, it is the same with this clasp. It's great because all 3 of the suitcases have that travel lock, and I'm just really impressed with that. Now we've gotten to this duffel bag and toiletry bag, and I really love it when suitcase companies include something like this. It's just a nice little incentive that you don't have to go and get a separate duffel bag or toiletry bag. Let's look at this one first. I love the sheen of this handle. It has a nice bronzy look to it. Really just wasn't expecting this kind of quality with it. And then likewise, it has a very long, looks like strap you could attach. So that's the front of it. It has a nice pocket there. I am going to go ahead and open up the middle part of it. This duffel bag I can see using for maybe a weekend trip or possibly as a carry-on item depending on the size. Taking a look inside here, it has some pockets on the side and a zipper pocket over here, a very large zipper pocket. And it looks almost like the material that's kind of for dry bags. So if you have a wet item, that's where you could put that. Here it may be some kind of pocket. I haven't quite figured that out yet. So I'm going to have to maybe look into that and see what it's for. Really nice size duffel. Let me go ahead and zip it back and you can see how it stands. We'll maybe take this off and attach this to the other side here. So it's going to attach believe this one, oh, okay, it attaches to the clasp. So just like that. Very nice little duffel. Okay, you can carry it with the handles here that are sewn so that it's a good ergonomic handle. You can also use this handle. I really like this duffel bag, and I keep discovering new things about it. You can open this up. Oh, okay, I think I figured it out. So this is actually probably a shoe pocket. So you can put your shoes in there and they're gonna be away from your other items inside. So that's what that lining was inside. It makes a lot more sense now. That is a great feature to have. And then the other side has a pocket you could stick a water bottle in. And lastly, we've got our toiletry bag. Let's see how it compares to the rest of these as far as, is it the same quality? I would say yes. You have these little snaps here. It kind of stands up on its own. Open this zipper up. Doesn't have the biggest opening, but that's okay. I can see maybe my husband using this for his toiletries. Little pocket there. Very cute little bag. I really like this set from Long Vacation. And I even figured out here that this little toiletry bag, the snaps, you can just snap it to your suitcase and it just will be along for the ride. Love that. It's the little details, all the different extra pockets and things that I kept discovering. This bag is super nice. I was totally not expecting that. I love that it's the type of material that my cats aren't going to be able to scratch at and destroy. That was something that I knew was a non-negotiable, and I'm really glad that I landed on this particular set. I love how easily the wheels glide. You can see that on each set of wheels, there are 2 wheels, so 2, 4, 6, 8 wheels. In the past, I've only had 4-wheeled suitcases, and they didn't move near as nicely as this. Love the handles that have this kind of squishy ergonomic handle design. So just lots of features. I feel like this is going to hold up really well. Something I didn't really go into just because I loved how long the handles were was how each handle has different height levels. So you can do it to this height, that height. It's just really nice that it's so adjustable for everybody's sizes. My kids have already told me that my youngest wants to take this one, and my next oldest will probably take this one. And that's fine with me because I know that it's going to hold up to whatever they can put it through. So overall, a really nice set. I am going on a pretty long trip here soon, and I'm going to plan on using a lot of this. So I'll definitely update you after that happens.